Moise Kean has really turned into the striker that we thought he was going to be at Juventus, and it takes time. You know, he had his shirt off like he was Gucci Man in 07. It was impressive. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Shirtless Plantain Show. This is the weekend review. You have myself, Tosin, your host, alongside Coach. Fella, how you doing today, man? You good?
And Ramsey's still the best, bro.
I mean, good. He's, one of the greatest Muslims to do it. So how can you how can you not still be great, even at his age? And isn't that crazy to think that like Aaron Ramsey's the old man in the room now? Like we still remember him from.
Do you want to know what's even crazier?
Tell me.
There's a fella that plays for Cardiff.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Sorry, that plays for Stoke. My bad, sorry, not Cardiff. And his dad, right, is one of the greatest ever championship players to ever play the game.
Is it Lee Trundle's son?
No.
Who is it?
Jason Kumas. I know.
Oh,
right? Yeah, I know.
Richard Kumas' son.
Jason
Kumas' son. Oh shit.
Yeah,
I am okay. That's whatever. We're gonna start in England today. Usually, we say we go to we wait for England, but we're gonna start off in the FA Cup. There's no Premier League this week. Yeah, there's no what's it called? There's no Premier League this week. They have a mini break, which is why Arsenal and Dubai having all the fun with Max Dowman out there. But first game was Man United Leicester. There's not too much to write home about this. I personally didn't care enough to do a podcast or even do any content about this because I'm at the point of United season where it's just go get your wins.
Yeah, but we do have to talk about the fact that I know Fergie attends most games at home, which it could be a podcast on its own altogether. But the fact that Harry Maguire has got that decision and it's just the camera's panned to Alex Ferguson, I was thinking, these guys are like, what are they trying to accomplish here by doing that? The linesman was definitely gone.
No, I was gonna say my favorite thing about that whole entire like post-match thing was Riva Nistori said we didn't lose in regular time, we lost in offside time. I was just like, and you're one to talk.
he was, if it wasn't Inzaghi, it was him that was born offside for sure. But I just think it's crazy that such an obvious offside, like it was so obvious, you don't get that, you don't call that, but like a player's toe is offside, and that's what you see. Like, I think that's mental. And I get, obviously, because for fairness of competition, you can't have VAR because not everybody can have it, kind of thing. But that's pretty fucking mental. Like, right. I think that's mental. So, yeah, I think did they only have the VAR from semi-final onwards? I think.
I don't even know. I just know that goal was so offside, man.
Yeah, he was so offside that he was basically playing. He was basically playing next week. That's how offside he was.
Yeah.
But yeah, apart from that, United, I mean, but it is what it is at this point, man. Leicester looked good in periods, which isn't a good thing for United. But Xerxes came off the bench, to continue his redemption arc. So yeah, I call it that. I put that in quotes, by the way.
But Garnacho came off the bench too, did his redemption arc too. El Canus looked good though.
Yeah, good player, man. Good player.
Yeah. I will say one of my favorite things about watching this game is realizing that there's only but so many ways Ruben Amorim can say these players are not good, and he's remixed it so many different times. But yeah, it is what it is.
I think he's pretty much at his wit's end, and he wants this season to end more than anybody else. I can assure you that.
I will say Patrick Dorgu looked comfortable for someone who just came to a new league. He's rapid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I want to ask about that. So him and Ahmad playing both together on the right-hand side. I get he's done it for Lecce before, like once or twice, whatever. But doesn't he just think, why don't us play like, okay, Dallo sucks already, so why not just play him in a stronger position where he can just doesn't have to worry about shit as much, and let me play a left-footed. Gone.
All I'm going to say is this: that people come to United and galaxy brain it. That's all it is.
Yeah,
they come to United and lose their marbles.
Yeah. Is what it is, man.
Yeah, United won, so whatever. Leyton Orient scored first against Man City. Almost caught them napping. Well, they did catch a nap on a half-field goal, but a little bit too much for City. A little bit too much for Leyton Orient.
Yeah, they brought on like their 500k a week players, and then before you know it, the game's over. So
Kushyanov got a goal. He played pretty well against Leyton Orient. KDB scored the winner off the bench. Foden came off the bench. Bernardo Silva, John Stones, KDB, like we said. Whatever, man. They won.
Do you know what I mean? Against the mighty Leighton Orient. Oh, you must be big. You must be tough.
Millwall beat Leeds.
Yeah. I don't know what derby we're gonna call it. Let's just call it the hooligan derby.
Yeah,
that's what we'll call it.
Yeah.
I haven't seen anything from the game. I haven't really heard anything from my people from the game, but I generally assume there was a tear up. That's my assumption of it all, because them guys can't help themselves.
Coventry lost to Ipswich Town 4-1. Coventry were up 1-0. Coventry used to be a Premier League team back in the day, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then,
I mean, they almost knocked you guys out of the FA Cup last season.
They should have. Then Ipswich Town came and scored 4 goals on the head, and that was that. Preston and Wycombe, I'm not even sure if whatever. Preston beat them.
Do you know what? Wycombe Wanderers, I'm pretty sure Tony Adams used to manage them way back when. Yeah. Way back when.
Stoke and Cardiff, the floor is yours. Cardiff won. Go ahead.
There isn't a club on the planet that is more unrepentant, disgusting, disgraceful. I want to say shameless, severely lacking in any sort of self-awareness, and deserve every last bit of misfortune that happens to them, fans included, football-wise at least. You don't go around breaking a 19-year-old's leg and somehow he turns out to be the bad guy 15 years later, guys. That's not how football works. And the fact that you still sing that song that he walks with a limp, just lets you know just how depraved you are, right? The fact that even after that, he's walking off the pitch and he's riling you up and you're letting him rile you up, just lets you know again just how sick and depraved and just how unfortunate you are as a fan base. So Aaron Ramsey really told you to fuck off, and here's from Coach as well. You can fuck off as well. How about
that? Speaking of fucking off, Southampton fucked off out the FA Cup. Burnley beat them 1-0. Back to back, man. The matches for Hannibal Medri. He assisted Marcus Edwards, who scored the winner. So
is that his first goal? That's his first goal since moving since
right? That's his first game.
Yeah, he's first. Fucking hell, there we go.
Yeah. Everton lost to Bournemouth 2-0. I mean, that's really nothing to take home.
Yeah.
I mean, they rotated. Beto's not good at all. How Beto scored the brace against Leicester is only just a miracle by God. That's all I can say. Semenyo is disgusting, by the way. Jefferson got a goal. I will say, Justin Claver, it just goes to show again, and I'm tangent here, he won Premier League Player of the Month in January. This is a player who struggled in Syria, a player who struggled at Leipzig, but comes to the Premier League under this manager, and just bodies it. Absolutely just does well. And it just goes to show you that it doesn't matter what league you're in. It's all about the environment. It's all about the tactics. And he's in the right place for him. So shout out to Justin Claver, doing well, man. That's the only thing I have to say about Justin Claver and his team. So good for them. There was so many games, man. Like just so many FA Cup.
Can we skip to look, Newcastle won. Birmingham did really, really well. Good for them. But let's skip to Brighton and Chelsea. That's hilarious.
Wait, let's roll through the games first. Fulham beat Wigan. Wolves beat Blackburn. Brighton, Chelsea. Chelsea scored first, and Brighton said, "You suck." So
I mean, what's hilarious is that the Matoma goal probably shouldn't have stood because handball basically, right, is very subjective in England, and other parts of Europe as well. But for some reason, this is the one rule we can't seem to get right. It just makes me laugh that you don't have VAR in these sort of situations. I suppose the FA Cup is a look into football in 2025 without VAR, because there's about across the fixtures you could probably say there's about 8 or 9 different situations that probably don't happen with VAR. And it's made me realize that VAR needs to be a lot better, despite it not being here, because I do feel that some of these decisions probably would have stood with VAR anyway, and that's an issue. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah. It's bad. It's really bad. Like
it's really, really bad.
It's not good, and it's like the application of it is making everything even worse. Like VAR is supposed to be here to help us, and it makes us even worse. But however, with that said, Chelsea losing, hey man, listen,
it's all good, man. It's all good to me, man.
Yeah, speaking of all good, Liverpool lost to Plymouth Argyle, who were 24th in the championship. Penalty. Federico Chiesa looked like somebody who is playing in like a retirement league, man. He is cooked. Luis Diaz not look good today. Liverpool had a heavily rotated side. They had Harvey Elliott, Endo, and Noni in midfield, but it did not look good. McConnell at right back, Kwanzaa, Joe Gomez, who got hurt again, Shimikas, Keller in goal, and they lost. There's a Nigerian by Mohamed Tijani who played for Plymouth today, so good for him.
Shout out to them, man. I think the biggest takeaway from this is that Liverpool are like top scorers in the Premier League. I think they're one of the top scorers in Europe in general. And Plymouth have conceded the most goals in all of the top 4 leagues in England. And somehow they managed to keep a clean sheet against Luis Diaz and Jota. Chiesa, you spoke about, but that blows my mind, personally.
You know what it is? It's the magic of the cup, baby.
It's the magic of the cup, baby.
That's all that is. Aston Villa beat Tottenham 2-1. It could have been a lot more. Biggest takeaways, Morgan Rogers is a ball-carrying magnet. Dunya Martin looks sharp. Matthias Tell got a really good goal. Marcus Rashford looks spry. So good for Marcus, looking decent. But again, Morgan Rogers, man, that's a freaking footballer, man. Jesus Christ.
He is something else, man. I think I'm trying my best. I've been trying for years to get out of my habit of thinking about a player's next move, but let him just stay at Villa, innit? Let him just stay and develop. Let's see if he can become, what Jack Grealish should have been, if that makes sense.
You know, the one thing I thought of. You know, the one thing I thought about. I thought about apes in the care home when I saw him play. But
yeah. I mean, when he carries the ball, he's like he's ragdolling everything. Like literally, that's what it feels like. He's just ragdolling everyone. But yeah, he's a clever player in general. He like the positions he picks up are really clever and really difficult because it's always on the shoulder of a midfielder. So like they don't know what direction to face when he gets it. So it's like that extra split second they're using to decide. He's off. He's gone by then. So he's really, really clever player, man.
One thing before we move on, because we're gonna move on to France quickly. There's something that answered after the game. I'm trying to pull the direct quote up right now because he said something that made me really love him. He said, "Vicario, Dragostin, Romero, VDV, Udogi, Madison, Johnson, Solanke, Odegaard, Werner. Take those kind of players out of any squad, any team. How did Liverpool do today? And that's just one game. Now do that for 2 months. I don't care about me, but you can't judge this group of players." And I love that. I love a coach just dying on the bullet for his players. So good for him. But
opposite of Jose Mourinho, who's a bitch. So I really like that. I appreciate that. And thanks for the 12 points over the last. Sorry, thanks for the 10 points over the last 2 years. It's been great.
Yeah. We're gonna go over to France. Coach is gonna have the standings for us when this is done. Brest, our boys traveled away to Nantes and beat them 2-0. PSG beat Monaco 4-1. Now, see, I'm taking my time to talk about this game for a reason. This is arguably one of the most fun sides in all of Europe. If you don't watch PSG in Ligue 1, please watch them. Because, again, like I said before, I think the best version of Neymar was when he was at PSG in 2017, 2018. I think that a lot of people missed out on not watching Neymar at PSG. Don't do that with this PSG side. They are so ridiculous that they put Yao Neves at right back. Marquinhos, William Pacho, and Nuno Mendes there as their back four. In midfield was Doué, Vitinha, Fabian Ruiz. Up top was Barcola, Dembele, and Kavicha. Now, this was some devastating shit. Like, that Doué boy is disgusting. Barcola is, we know Barcola, but Dembele, they said something about Dembele after the game that he's been staying after training lately and just practicing his finishing, practicing his runs, just practicing, putting more time, and you're starting to see it. Like, Dembele's becoming who we thought he was going to be at Rennes, and this is a special, special player. Gavic got his first goal, so Lee Kengan came off the bench, Lucas Hernandez, Goncalo Ramos came off the bench, but this is a very good team. Even though they lost, Ayush looked really good, but look, man, there's nothing you can really do when you're playing against the mighty PSG. They're just that much better than everybody else.
Yeah, I think one interesting thing about this game and where Kavic got his goal, he got it through the middle. And obviously they've lined up with Doué in midfield, at least on a team sheet kind of thing. But Kavic, I think, if you're going to play Dembele, Barcola, and Doué, they're all speed merchants, right? You want those guys as close to goal as possible. And Kavic, if you like, pulling strings where he can with Vitinha and Ruiz. But just that front six alone is one of the most interesting and how do I want to put it? Interesting and solutions based front six around in Europe. You've got a little bit of everything there. The only profile I think you're missing there in that front six is, well, there's two, but they don't really matter. The second one doesn't really matter that much. But the first one is a target man, number 9. And the second one is a destroyer of sorts, number 6, if you like. But they've got everything else there. They've got everything else in that front. And that's just mental. Like, genuinely mental. Yeah. The PSG that turned up at the Emirates, they're going to be a lot better than that in the latter stages of the Champions League for sure. And really,
I do agree. As great as Mbappe is, because Mbappe is one of the greatest players of all time. He's already up there. He's in the pantheon of those players, right? They're a much better team without him.
Yeah. I mean, you've got a lot more quality spread out, and there is a lot of these players are liberated. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
they're not playing under Mugape now. So yeah.
Nice beat Lens 2-0. This game really wasn't that close. Like, Nice had 61% possession. It wasn't even close, man. Medina got a red card in the 57th minute. This game was just, it should have been more. That's all I can say about that. Le Havre beat Lille 2-1. This game was just, sorry, Lille. But there was a new Nigerian who scored for Lille today. Well, in that game. You know who that is?
I don't know, but I'm guessing he should play for Nigeria.
He should. He should have been called up in 2019. Hale N's own Chuba Akpom.
Way. Oh yeah, apparently he's been trying to finger, right?
Been playing for Nigeria in 2019. Yeah, he said that.
Yeah.
So Chuba came off, scored the 97th minute, but that game was over by then. Ethan Mbappe came off the bench too, so got a yellow card. But yeah,
no, every time I think of Ethan Mbappe, I just think of that scene from Snowfall. I was like, get the fuck out of here, little nigga. Get that bullshit with you.
When the uncle said that, get the fuck out of
Mbappe and Ethan. That's what I can think of.
As soon as Mbappe said he's leaving, PSG was like, all right,
man,
you out of here. You are out of here. Saint Etienne hosted Rennes. Rennes beat them 2-0. Kaliu I've not heard that name in a while. He scored in the 15th, and Mahamadou Nagida scored in the 84th minute. And that was that. You know, Saint Etienne had a little bit more to the ball, but listen, what that matters at the end of the day in football is who scores the most goals, and Rennes obviously did. Lyon beat Reims 4-0. This game was not close. Our boy was stunning today, as usual. His name is Ryan Cherki. Got a goal and assist. Tolisso scored. Tagliafico scored. And the Albanian, Mikadase, scored in the 93rd minute. And actually,
is he Albanian or is he Georgian? I'm pretty sure he's Georgian.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I don't want to beat my ass. Excuse me. Sorry. Auxerre Toulouse was 2-2. Strasbourg beat Montpellier 2-0. And Marseille traveled to Angers and beat them 2-0. We can actually say the goal scorers' names today because they're not nasty, man. Adrien Rabiot scored in the 69th. Very nice. And Neil Wolpe scored. So,
Are we sure we can say Wolpe's name? Are we sure?
No, I don't think so. And they had 79% possession, by the way. So, yeah, there was that. Can we get the standings, please?
Sure. So PSG are, 10 points ahead of second place, Marseille. Marseille were pretending for a lot of this season, like we thought, they might. It's not. It's done. It's been done pretty much since November, I'd say.
Yeah.
But yeah. And then Nice are 6 points behind Marseille on 37 points. So are Monaco on 37 points. And Lille are on 35 points. Lyon wrap up the top 6 on 33. If Lyon make it into Europe, which they should, how much does that help with their financial situation?
They got an American who doesn't care, so I don't think it helps that much because he's just wheeling and dealing like a Republican.
Enough, man.
So Bayern Munich, we're going over to Germany. They hosted Werder Bremen 3-0, and they beat them 3-0. Harry Kane got a brace, got a penalty, of course. And yeah, that's all she wrote, man. Like, I mean, Bayern Munich is so far ahead of everybody else in this league. It's just Leroy Sané scored.
I think this game, but also Bayern Munich is on a whole. They go as far as Vincent Company's big brain lets them in terms of legit, just not fucking up basically, because all the quality is there. But there's one thing that annoyed me. That's been annoying me for like at least 2 years at this point. It's the fact that so Boey's back. Sasha Boey is back now, right? I think he started 4 games all season, I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
He started 4 games all season, right? But Kimmich is still playing in midfield, right? And Lima's on the bench. And from where I'm standing, or sitting, should I say, wouldn't you put? Look at their front four. You have Harry Kane, Musiala, right? Those are the crown jewels, absolutely. But then you've got Michael Olise and Kingsley Coleman as well, right? And you have Sane and Gnabry. Okay, cool. Wouldn't you put the hardest runners and most lumberjack men behind those 4 to make sure that them guys can just do whatever they want for most of the game? That to me would make sense. No?
Company was coached by Pep Guardiola, so there you go.
Yes. So why do you have this cosplaying right back in midfield that legit is going to get eaten up by a good midfield, like in the latter stage of the Champions League? That keeps on blowing my mind. Put Kimmich at right back so he can do right back things, because he's a fantastic right back. This midfield shit, I just can't say. Like, Lima is fantastic. He's got great energy, right? And he can play as well. And to me, he's just a better midfielder for what you want behind those front 4 than Kimmich. And you got Pavlovic, who can pass. He's a great tackler, but he can pass forward as well. I don't know. I just don't like it. It's gonna bother me for a long time. And the thing is, as well, if you want more sort of control from fullback as well, you can play Guerrero there as well at left back.
Here's the thing. They're always gonna win in that league, so it doesn't really matter, So there's that. Wolfsburg and Leverkusen was 0-0. This game was just, oh man, Leverkusen. They got that. They won the league and they're all drunk. I mean, when your captain Granit Xhaka is gonna go get a hair transplant in the middle of the season.
You don't give a shit about nothing.
What do you think? Union Berlin beat the stuffing out of Hoffenheim 4-0. There's a guy, Benedict Hollerbach. When he scored, the first thing came to my mind was that one song. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Few girls. Yeah, literally the first thing that came to my mind. As soon as the commentator said his name, that's the first thing. And he's got a brace too. He got a brace. So, he told Hoffenheim, who hosted them, ain't no Hollerbach girl. Dortmund beat they lost to Stuttgart 2-1, which made me happy. I don't know why. Seeing Dortmund lose just makes me so happy, irrationally. I don't know why, but
I think I know what it is. It's just the fact that nature just seems to be doing what nature does, basically. Yeah. I'll be honest with you though, I was very pleased for this game only because Dennis Undav had some good chances and he didn't score, and that made me happy. But Julian Brandt scored a good goal. But Dortmund are in trouble, man. Like that's the bottom line. They're in trouble. I don't know how they get out of this funk. Like, what's next for them?
They don't. They got to find somebody. Freiburg beat Heidenheim 1-0. Mainz and Augsburg was 0-0. Mönchengladbach and Frankfurt was 1-1. Hugo Ekitike's goal was really good because it just showed his striker instincts. Like, I think that's one thing I love about strikers. Can you poach? It's not just about the great finish, but can you actually be that fox in the box? And he showed that. So good for him. Hosting Kiel and Bochum was 2-2, and Leipzig got a red card, but they beat St. Pauli 2-0. Everyone's flavor of the month right now scored. Benjamin Šeško and Xavi Simons scored.
Both the goals were great. Šeško's goal was fantastic.
And the thing is, they reversed the assist. So Šeško assisted Xavi Simons assisted Šeško. Šeško assisted Xavi Simons. So it's beautiful.
Yeah, the awareness from Šeško again to the system was fantastic. But that's the sort of goal. Šeško's goal is the sort of goal that I enjoy strikers scoring. Like, they're half chances at best kind of thing, and you make it into something yourself. Just, keep doing that, Benjamin. Your progression, we'll be watching your career with great interest. That's a Star Wars reference if you guys don't know.
Nerdy ass niggas. Can we get the standings, please, before we go over to Spain?
Sure. So, as we know, Bayern Munich are in first, 54 points. Leverkusen, 46 points in second. Eintracht Frankfurt, 39 points. Leipzig, 36 points in fourth, and Stuttgart on 35 in fifth place.
We go to Spain. Rayo Valenciano hosted Valladolid, and Valladolid is still the worst team in La Liga. They lost 1-0. Celta Vigo beat Betis 3-2 as they hosted them. I love this game because United fans are all excited about Anthony and like he scored today. Well, he scored in
You're a
that
real
game.
hater, man.
Yeah, and then they went up 2-0, and then Vigo scored and beat them 3-2. And I was like, I did a knee slide in my apartment. I was very happy. Athletic Club beat Girona 3-0. My Donny van de Beek agenda is back up. Sanchez scored a hat trick. Penalty.
Yeah, so let me tell you something. Some of these finishes were just like Sanchez literally took them to the cleaners with some of those finishes, man. Like, but I think one of the key things here is that he went from having 9 La Liga goals. He finished the game with 11 La Liga goals for the season. That's a pretty good return.
What can you do about that? When a guy gets a hat trick, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, no, some of those finishes were ridiculous, man. I'd highly recommend going to check them out for sure, man.
Please do.
They done this. They done this without Nico Williams as well, which is very impressive.
Isn't he injured?
Yeah. Nico Williams didn't do much this game, trust me.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason why he plays with Ghana. Go ahead.
I would say Donny van de Beek started this game as well, just so you know. So.
I know. I understand it now. Las Palmas hosted Villarreal and lost 2-1. They lost to a winner from Newcastle's favorite, Ayoze Perez. Yeah, so there's that. I can't believe Ayoze Perez is still playing. So good for him. You know, got a yellow card in this game? A name that you haven't heard in a while. Scott McKenna.
Scott McKenna that used to play for, I'm blanking.
Yeah, he played in England somewhere. Just an English.
I want to say Burnley.
But I don't play for Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, one of those teams. Yeah, one of those teams that's like, not in London.
Yeah, Aberdeen boy. Went to Nottingham Forest, played 94 games for them, went to Copenhagen, and now he's at Las Palmas. What a career! I love these players that go on these random like just journeys of life.
Missions, man.
Yeah, just doing whatever. Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid. I watched this game, the full game. If you can make me feel sorry for Real Madrid from a controversial call, then you fucked up as a referee. That's all I gotta say.
Basically,
because that was not a penalty. That was not a penalty, but it was a good penalty from Julian Alvarez. That was cheeky. That was a very, very good penalty. Then they were sleeping in that first half. I generally feel like Real Madrid was sleeping in that first half. Then they woke up in the second half. A lot of people don't like Jude. I've seen on the timeline a lot of people say they don't like Jude. I'm just like, well, you suck because Jude is very good at this sport that we call football.
Yeah, they're just expecting things from him that's just not going to be him, and it's boring at this point now. It's just like, if you don't play this way, then you're not good or whatever. I don't like this style. Just like, shut up, man. Like, football arguably has the most variety of types of players per position that you could ever imagine in any sport, especially there's 11 positions on the pitch. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna no 2 10s are the same, basically. So
yeah, I mean, that goes
are the same.
That goes with Pretty Women too, but it's neither here nor there. What's causing a major drought right now? Vinny Jr.'s been on a long goal drought, so hopefully he can figure that out.
I'll tell you what, there was some encouraging signs from him physically, like there was some encouraging signs there, but I'm still of the opinion that 2 of them should play. So it should be Mbappe plus what? It has to be Vinny and Mbappe in it, just to keep the peace. Basically, it has to be Vinny and Mbappe. Like, they'll get the best out of each other, I'd say. But and then you play what's his name? Brahim Diaz on the right, just to help because the fact that he's left-footed as well. Like,
it balances all out. They need balance. You can't put everybody on the pitch at one time.
Don't get me wrong. Like, Rodrigo absolutely can play on the right, should play on the right. But I just think for what Real Madrid are trying to do, especially with all the injuries and shit that they have, like, the most important thing is just having a balance and chemistry to work off in for the team. Second half they played really well, but in general I just feel like they could come unstuck.
Alaves hosted Getafe, who beat them 1-0. The reason I bring this game up is because everyone knows I love saying he should play for Nigeria. Chrysanthus Uche, I got a yellow card, but he was apparently man of the match. So another Nigerian midfielder, but that's neither here nor there. Valencia, they're on their little high horse now, man. They beat Leganés 2-0. A couple games in a row they've won now, so good for them. Sociedad are finally getting it back together. They beat Espanyol 2-1. Isn't that like a local derby, sort of, kind of ish?
No,
not really. No,
it's Espanyol Barca. That's the derby.
okay.
But what I was gonna say, Bryce Mendes' finish was so good. Like he's come off the bench,
84th minute.
Yeah, he just come off the bench and he's just literally like the ball's fall to him in the box. He just chipped it over the goalkeeper. I was just like, yeah, that was. I can imagine how gassed the Sociedad fans must feel like after seeing that as well. But yeah, Zubimendi, Arsenal watch. He got a key pass for the opener for Becker.
Geraldo Becker.
Yeah, but it's just normal day at the office for him for sure.
Barcelona beat Sevilla 4-1 as they went to Seville, beat them 4-1. The first goal, I love the commentator's commentary about Lewandowski. He goes, there's scorers of great goals, and then there's a great goal scorer, and that's what Lewandowski is. And then literally a minute later, they equalized from Ruben Vargas. And then Fermin Lopez scored in the 46th. Then Rafinha got a freaking hell of a goal. Just insane goal. And then Eric Garcia rounded up, but Fermin Lopez got a red card. His tackle was disgusting, man. That was nasty. But Seville, man, I don't know. They've tanked, but it is what it is. Barcelona needed to win this game. Coach, can we get the standings? Because
I was going to say they need to win this game only because the title race is looking very much like it could be a freeway up until the last day if things continue as they are. Mm-hmm. I mean, you got Real Madrid on 50 points, Atleti on 49, and Barca on 48. Athletic Bilbao on 44, and Villarreal in 5th on 40. Yeah, I'm looking at Barcelona seem to be the form team in the top 3 right now.
By the way, we didn't talk about this game because it happened in a weird way because they play again tomorrow, Inter and Fiorentina. But Inter and Fiorentina played last.
Wait, what? Already?
Yeah, they played on Thursday because they had to redo the game. Remember when their players got? Remember he had the heart condition.
Yeah. I remember.
So they replayed that game. I'm talking about this game because I watched this whole entire game. Mm-hmm. Fiorentina looked really good. But Moise Kean, I'm sure if everybody who listens to this consistently, and those who you haven't, we've had a big bullying phase of Moise Kean on this podcast. Mm-hmm. And literally, as soon as we've bullied him, especially Dean, he has turned it around. Like, Moise Kean has really turned into the striker that we thought he was going to be at Juventus. And it takes time. You know, he had his shirt off like he was Gucci Man in 2007. It was impressive that just what he did in this game. His brace was nice. He played well. It's probably the man of the match. Inter had more of the ball, but at the end of the day, what can you do with it? He finished twice, and they beat them 3-0. So that was a very, very impressive win from them. That was that. Then Friday, Como hosted Juventus, and boy, Randall Kolo Muani has decided that I am who I am. Yes, that first finish.
No, go on. You can have it because I might have to go watch it again now. To be honest, pardon me.
I was like, excuse me. The thing is, he looks stronger too. Like he looks stronger. He looks like he's like just there. And like we keep saying this over and over again. It's all about your environment in football, man. Like if you play in like a good team that, you know, the vibes are good, the coach loves you, you're gonna do stuff like all these guys are really good, man. You don't get to the professional level without being good. You know what I mean? And sometimes it's just the right environment. So very happy for Randall Kolo Muani. So, and I'll be remiss if I didn't talk about Asian Diao. That's a talented player, man. I don't know how Betis let him go, but Como got a good one in him, man. He's a really talented player. So they got Como's a real fun football manager hipster team, man. That's what they are.
Yeah. I was gonna say that the just on Randall Kolo Muani, they haven't had a striker like him in a while that's mobile, that can play multiple positions kind of thing. I can create chances for himself. And I think with the way the season's gone kind of thing, that sort of shot in the arm, if you like, is just what they needed in general. Yeah. I'm not rooting for Juventus, but sometimes it can be as simple as that. Just having a player that can kind of, you know, push the team over the line that extra bit during games kind of thing. And it's working out ridiculously well for them, man.
I love that because the segue into the next two games is exactly what we're talking about with strikers. Verona hosted Atalanta. They lost 5-0. Retegui got 4 goals. If you want to see what a 1990 striker looks like, go watch Retegui. Retegui is...
Go watch his 4th goal, right?
Yes.
And watch the run he makes for the defender and the run he makes for himself, and then the deft finish. Like, and then I can talk about his first goal. Was his first, second, or the went from the rebound from the corner where I forgot what coach it is. I think I want to say it was Cruyff when he said, it might have been Cruyff, it might have been someone else. The closer you are to goal, the further you are away from scoring. Look at the space he finds him in for the rebound. He's not on the line trying to look for scraps. He's pulled back out, closer towards the 6-yard box, just outside the 6-yard box, and that's where the ball drops. And he's got all the time in the world to set himself and find the goal. Like, yeah, he's on 20. Was he on 20 league goals? He's on 20 goals, guys, in Serie A. He's phenomenal, man. Seriously phenomenal.
Real fox in the box. A real good player. Yeah. The Atlanta beat them 5-0. So go watch those highlights. But the other game, which is another great segue, Milan beat Empoli 2-0. Milan got a red card from Fikayo Tomori, which was silly on Fikayo's part. But
he's not having a good time, to be honest, right now.
No, he's not. Absolutely. This is why I keep saying you should declare for Nigeria because Calvin Bassey looks good, Iwobi looks good, and if Chukwuemeka decides to, and the other guy, Leslie Chukwu, decided to commit for Nigeria, they're gonna probably end up finishing the Ballon d'Or because that's what Nigeria does for you.
Yeah.
But Milan made 3 changes. They brought on Leao, Pulisic, and Santi Jimenez. You know who scored?
Leao and Jimenez. And Jimenez is what Leao's header was.
And do you know who assisted both those goals? Christian Pulisic.
Yeah. And that when you talk about powering up from the bench, that's what it looks like. Apart from Pulisic, of course, fuck him. But when you can bring on Jimenez and so when you can bring on Leao and pardon me,
Santi Jimenez.
No, Jimenez started.
No, he came off the bench, bro.
I'm thinking of the other Jimenez. My bad. Yes,
yeah.
Santi. Yes. When you can bring them off the bench, sorry, like you get better. Like every team in the world wants to be able to do that. We can start your team. You might not be doing well, but the players you bring off the bench make you better. That's a dream for a coach in general. And yeah, I think Jimenez's goal was outrageous, but the header from Leao is just, he can be whatever he wants when he feels like it.
Yes. I do have a quick rant though. Shout out to Matteo Benetti. But I don't like what he talked about. Yeah, Felix talking about the most technical player Milan have had. Man. They literally had what's his name again? The Algerian, not Algerian. He was in England, played for QPR, and he played for Milan as well. Why am I forgetting his name? Tarat played for Milan, right?
Yep. Tarat played for Milan, but
out of all those players that's been since Ronaldinho, he's not the most technically gifted. Yao Felix is not. You have Leao currently on your team. You have Tarat. There's just so many other players that played in those times that, like, even the dude with the spiky hair, the teenager. No, Masterful. Like, I'm trying to remember his name from years back. Like, he was like everybody thought he was going to be good.
Oh no, there was the other Brazilian as well.
Pato.
No, the other one.
Oh,
the
criminal.
Yeah, the criminal.
The criminal. Okay.
Yeah, don't take the piss. Like that one there. When you're talking about technique,
Balotelli played for them too.
Yeah, I won't lie to you. I've never been Balotelli's biggest fan. I can't lie to you.
I know you have.
I enjoy him, but I've never rated him as a footballer. Not even in the slightest. Yeah, you can kick a ball really hard. I don't care. You didn't have any good physical gifts as well, so I'm never gonna be a fan of you. I'm sorry.
That's who I was talking about. Hachim Mastor.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Now there's been a few. Like it's Milan. You're gonna have loads of technical players playing at Milan. It's Milan kind of. So, but to say that for João Felix, who I'm a big fan of, by the way, nah, don't take the piss, man. Come on, man.
They even had a Honda there too. But yeah, I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. Torino Genoa was 1-1. Nothing really to take away from this game. Patrick Vieira is doing a hell of a job over there, though. Doing a really good job. So shout out to him. Roma beat Venezia 1-0. Venezia, man, it's like they're the hipster club, but They keep coming up and going down. Like, yo, pick a struggle, man. Where do you want to be? Like, do you want to be in Serie A? Do you not want to be in Serie A? Like, where do you guys want to be? And Lord knows they don't know what they want to be. Lazio beat Monza 5-1. The highlight of this game for me was Fasayo Dele Bashiru's goal. He's obviously a right-footed player, but the defender angled himself to the point where, like, when Fasayo was dribbling to the box, Fasayo had to use his left foot. And that finish was like, wait, are you left-footed? It was like one of those finishes where you look, you're just like, wait, are you left-footed? But really good finish from him. Cagliari beat Parma 2-1. Lecce Bologna was 0-0. Napoli Udinese, I love this game because I was being a real hater because McTominay scored a freaking bullet header, man. Listen, McTominay was the best player in this game. He was great defensively, he was great offensively.
I want to disagree. He was he was one of the better players in this game for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But personally, I'm gonna go with Tosin. I'm gonna go with Tosin.
Okay,
I think, but McTominay was good. I say he was really bad though. Lukaku was dog shit today.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, Inter Fiorentina plays tomorrow, and listen,
we skipped over the most important part of the entire weekend in Serie A.
What's that?
Ekelenkamp's goal, bro. What the fuck was that?
Madness.
You didn't see it?
I didn't see it. Let me go look it up.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
We're gonna do a
live reaction for this guy, please.
Okay,
please.
What game am I looking up?
It was this game. It was Lazio. It was Lazio. Not Lazio. It was Napoli. Udinese.
Okay, because I remember. Okay, let me see. We're gonna watch this in live time, everybody. So please, let's go watch the extended highlights. What the heck? Okay. I really love that Udinese's kids look so similar to Juventus's kids. It's freaking hilarious. This is a really nice stadium, though. Okay. I think the goal's coming up now.
Quite literally his first goal for them. Or second.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
bro.
Okay. That's one of those.
Stunned. I was like, what?
Yeah, that's foolishness. I do love the fact that there's so many random black dudes with locks in Serie A, though. Like a whole gang of them on Udinese. The guy saved the ball just to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he 100% meant that shot too.
Oh yeah, 100%. And that's the debate that people are going to be having for a while. Like, he absolutely meant it as well.
100% meant that. That was all. Yeah, that's a beautiful goal. Please go watch that. But yeah, that was Serie A. Can we get the standings?
Of course. So, we have Napoli 55 points. But Inter have a game in hand over them. They play tomorrow, obviously. They're on 51 points. Atalanta on 50 points. And then Lazio on 45 points, sorry. And Juventus on 43. Milan are still languishing. Like, Fiorentina ahead of them, 42 points. Milan on 38. So yeah, they might not make Europe.
That's tough. Tough. We do have Champions League this week. Brest and PSG. Sporting and Dortmund, Juventus and PSG, City and Real Madrid. This is all on Tuesday. And on Wednesday, we have Club Brugge and Atalanta, Celtic and Bayern, Monaco, Benfica, Feyenoord, Milan on Wednesday. This is going to do it again next week. But boy, these are some games. These are some absolute bangers of games to watch. And I'm excited to just see what happens in the Champions League. I'm very much enjoying this new format. I hated it at first, but it's
I still think the playoff shit is just they're milking it at this point, isn't it? Like you are milking it a bit. Like, but with that being said, I did enjoy the league phase in the end. But yeah, this playoff shit, I don't know, man. It just feels a little bit. It feels gluttonous. But
it feels American.
Yeah, it feels gluttonous, man. For real.
Yeah, it feels mad American. But yeah, I mean, we got Inter tomorrow. It's gonna be a good week of games, man. I'm just glad that my team don't play for another week. I get so much break from them, man. I'm so happy. we need a break from each other so bad. Arsenal's over in Dubai, so I'm sure you're probably missing your boys, but they need the sun and the R&R.
No, I won't lie to you. I'm glad that these boys are getting rest, like genuinely. Yeah. So yeah.
You got anything you want to add before we head out of here, Coach?
Arsenal mid-season review of Mitch is out by the time you guys listen to this. Keep sharing, keep supporting, and yeah, good shit's happening. Just keep it locked. We promise.
Yes, everyone, we're out. Take it easy. Peace.
Peace.
Hey folks, this is Dan from the Shirtless Plantain Show. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, and follow us on all our socials. You can see them right beneath our recordings in every video. Thanks again, and see you on the next one.